We're going to grab our stability ball and we're going to make our way into a seated position on it. From here, we're going to slowly walk into a starfish position to open up the rectus abdominis, the upper fibers of your abs. Take your arms into Frankenstein position. And from this position, you can bring them slowly into cactus or goalpost pose. The knees are bent. And now from here, take a nice inhale, puddling the heart in, imagining the breastbone, sternum, front ribs, reaching for the back ribs and melting the back ribs into the ball. Exhale all that air out. Inhale as you straighten the knees and the arms, stretching out into your starfish. And exhale to bend the knees and the elbows, coming back in. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bring it back in. Keep that going. Focus on your breath. Make sure your abdomen is firm. You're pulling it in towards your spine, pulling it in towards the ball. You're breathing laterally like an opera singer into your rib cage and upper back without elevating your shoulders. So you're plugging your shoulders down your back. Even though those arms are going overhead, your shoulders aren't rising up towards the ears. You're keeping your chin lifted. Your gaze is soft. Collarbone is wide. Your belly is pulled in towards the spine. Use your breath here. We're opening up a very tight area of the body, getting into the anterior delts, the pec minor and major, and opening up the upper fibers of the core so we get rid of that rounding, that kyphosis that does not look good when you're cantering or jumping. So we've got to improve that to perfect your posture for your riding. On your next inhale, with the belly in, use those abs to come back up to a seated position. We're going to grab our second to heaviest loop band. This is our purple band in the YouniquelyFit kit, bringing it above our elbows. Forearms on the ball, feet are hip distance apart if you have back issues. They can be together if you don't. Push your forearms down into the ball. Pull out on that band like you're trying to, push down into the ball and pull out on that band like you're trying to split it in half, engaging the upper back. Now imagine my hands on your shoulder blades. Puff up your upper back, engaging that shoulder blade anchor. Plug your shoulders down, lift your chin, collarbone is wide, belly is in towards the spine. Hear your breath. Inhale and exhale. And you can always come down to all fours if this becomes too much and take a few cat and cows. That looks like this. Stay in plank if you're in plank. Hold that plank. Firm the core. Cat and cow looks like this. Feel free to go here if you are losing your stamina, but stay with it. 15 more seconds in this plank, building that strength in the stabilizing muscles of the core, the transverse abdominis, pushing the forearms down, pulling out on that band. Gaze soft, belly tight, booty shouldn't be in the air. It should be you should be at a diagonal because of the ball, and flat as a board. So the butt isn't higher than your torso. Low belly in. Just another 10 seconds here. Hang in there. Let's breathe together. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Brace the abs. Exhale out the mouth. 2, 3, 4. From here, we're going to come into serve the platter arm seated on our stability ball with our second to heaviest Theraband, the blue Theraband in the YouniquelyFit kit. Gather the band on each hand after you throw it over your back and string the bands under your armpits. Gather around the knuckles with the thumbs on the outside, palms facing up. Plug your shoulders down. Bring your legs together, squeezing those inner thighs. From here, inhale, prepare, pulling the abs in, exhale, twisting, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, center, brace the abs, exhale, and twist, 2, 3, 4. Continuing, alternating sides, inhale, prepare, exhale, and twist, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, sit tall, feel your pelvis pulling down towards the floor, brace the abs, exhale, twist, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, belly comes in, breathing laterally. Exhale. Inhale. Fill up that upper back and side body. Lift up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee as you're twisting. 2, 3, 4. Continue. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Twist. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Notice my pause on my inhale. This is my reset. This is where I can pull my pelvis down towards the floor, lengthening those obliques, getting taller. Imagine being on that horse. You want to look tall and proud and regal, just like your horse, hopefully. And we've got 30 more seconds here, sitting up tall, engaging those inner thighs. As you're working, be mindful of slouching. So plug the shoulders down. Think about the front ribs reaching for this band that should be on your shoulder blades behind you. So you're closing off the rib cage, engaging the upper back to sit upright on the stability ball like you would on the horse. Breathe, inhale. Brace the abs as you twist and hear that exhale. 2 more sets. Inhale, prepare. Exhale to twist. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, prepare. And exhale to twist. 2, 3, 4. We'll set that Theraband to the side and pick up that second to heaviest loop band, our purple band in the YouniquelyFit kit, bringing it back above our elbows and coming back into our forearm plank on the ball. Now, as you're working in this plank, we're going to do clockwise only, clockwise circles, stirring that ball around, plugging the shoulders down, keeping the chin lifted, keeping the abdomen firm. So if I were to do a quick punch on your gut, your belly would be in. It would not be hanging out. At no point is it hanging out. It's always pulled in. You direct the breath to the side body and upper back. Imagine a football player with shoulder pads on. I like to inhale, prepare, no movement, just lengthening my body, and exhale, stir the pot. So stir the ball. Inhale, prepare, exhale to stir. And I'm pushing down and out. This band is here so that I feel the muscles, the abductors of the arms I can pull out. Gives you a little stability. The stronger you get in your center, the lighter this band will be because you'll know how to recruit the correct muscles. Keep using those low abs. One more time. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, circle. We're going to grab that second to heaviest Theraband again, taking off this loop band, making our way back to a seated position on the stability ball with our blue Theraband in the YouniquelyFit kit. Hold the end of this band, throw it over your back. Start with it in your dominant hand. Grab the end of the band and walk your way up that band with the other hand. Our goal is to get our hands together, to clasp the hands behind the back together and lean our head back into the arm that's lifted. This is going to open up the tricep head. It's going to open up the shoulder. Should feel great. Plug your shoulders down. Keep your eyes eye level or higher. Watch out for the head turning one way or the other. From here, we're going to do a little side bending. Whatever arm is on top, you're going to bend in the opposite direction. Side bending is not twisting, so the torso is not twisting like the last exercise we did seated on the ball. It's bending to the side, which means the head stays between your shoulders and your head stays centered for this particular exercise. Keep your shoulders plugged down. Exhale to side bend, and it's from the side of your body, from your torso. Make sure you're not picking up your pelvis or lifting your hips. Stay rooted with your pelvis on the ball. Every time you come back to center, inhale, pull the pelvis down, and exhale, side bend. Inhale, pull that pelvis down, and exhale, side bend. Go ahead and switch sides. We'll spend a little less time on this side because your non-dominant arm shoulder is not going to be as tight. So you can always pause me if it is tight because you've had an injury, but most likely the non-dominant side will not need as much time. Exhale to bend. Inhale to lift back to center. Take your time. Exhale, bend. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift center. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, bend. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, center. 2, 3, 4. One more. Bend. 2, 3, 4. And center. 2, 3, 4. Let's set up for our final plank. We need our purple band back around our upper arms above the elbows. And we're going to now go counterclockwise So let's begin those when you're ready. Inhale, stillness, length. Exhale, stir the pot. Inhale, pause. Exhale, stir. Inhale, pause. Exhale, stir. 4 more. Inhale and stir. Exhale. Low belly in. Front ribs reaching for the back ribs. Puff up that upper back. Plug the shoulders down. Gaze soft. Wide collarbone. Booty isn't in the air. Booty's down. Low belly is in. Final one. And lower those knees to the floor. Great work. We're moving on to back work. We'll begin with our second to lightest loop band, which is our green band in the YouniquelyFit kit, and our second to lightest Theraband, which is our red Theraband in the kit. Thread the red Theraband through the green loop band. Come to a comfortable seated position on the stability ball. Legs together. Go ahead and wrap. Go ahead and take the loop band through on your feet so that you're pinning it. The arches of the feet. It's under the arches of the feet. Gather the end of the Theraband around your knuckles with the thumbs on the outside and pin your elbows to the side of your body. Sit up tall. We're going to do external rotator cuff work with lateral flexion to engage those external obliques. So I'd like you, as you open your arms to the side, palms facing forward, shoulders plugged down, elbows staying pinned, you're going to bend to one side. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift back to center. Notice the arms come back to the starting position. Alternating sides, really recruiting the external obliques, engaging the back, the low back, the QL. As you sit proudly on that ball, plug the shoulders down. Watch out for that forward head. Keep your focus up a little higher than eye level. So opening on the exhale to bend, closing the hands on the inhale. Opening the forearms on the exhale. Closing on the inhale. Keep that slow, steady tempo. Give me 4 more. Use that breath. Each inhale's a chance to sit up taller on that ball, prouder. Belly in, shoulders plugged down. 1 more. You're doing great. For our next back exercise, I'd like you to grab your 3-pound weight. And we're going to keep this Theraband, the red Theraband in the YouniquelyFit kit. I'd like you to stand on it with on your same side as your dominant arm and bringing your arms into our 2 right angles for the trapezius and rhomboids, holding the weight in your non-dominant hand, bringing the same leg as the side of your non-dominant hand up onto the ball into knee flexion. Holding it here. Inhale. And just like we were doing before when we had our arms and served the platter, we're going to twist. Watch out for droopy elbows towards the thigh on the ball, keeping our torso upright, twisting from our rib cage. Neutralize your pelvis. Make sure your standing leg, the knee is soft. You're not locking out. The bone of the big toe is heavy. Your gaze is a little higher than eye level. Collarbone wide. Shrug those shoulders down your back. Pause on the inhale. Twist on the exhale. Again, pause on the inhale and twist on the exhale. Keep that going. Pause on the inhale. Twist on the exhale. 2 more. Pause on the inhale. And notice if that ball's going all over the place. See if you can lengthen your torso, pulling the pelvis down on your inhale to stabilize you. Imagine my hands behind your shoulder blades. Let your back go back a little ways. From here, let's go ahead and switch sides, setting up on our second side. This is a challenge not only for your outer hip and your hip flexors, but for your core and especially those traps and rhomboids. Center of the upper back, keep you upright on that horse. Once you're set up on the other side, give me those 2 right angles. And notice sometimes I'm going to lower the arms because you're going to get fatigued if you keep them up the whole time. So feel free to let those arms come down between sets on the exhale and then inhale them back up to those right angles and exhale, twist. 2, 3, 4, back to center. Let them lower down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, twist. 2, 3, 4, back to center and lower them down. So keep that going, fighting for stability, keeping that ball still, lengthening your torso on each inhale, twisting from the rib cage on each exhale. You've got another 30 seconds here. If at any time this becomes too much, feel free to take a cat and cow by putting your hands on the stability ball. And that looks like this. I'm going to stop, but you keep going. If you're able to maintain the work you've been doing, you just have 15 seconds. But if you've had enough, come into this restorative, active stretch for the spine. Just another 8 seconds. Stay with your breath. If you're still standing, pelvis reaches down, rotation from the rib cage. All right, from here, we're going to take our lightest, we're going to take that second to lightest loop band, the green band in the kit, and the red Theraband we've been working with. Thread it through again, come to sit on your ball. Bring the loop band around the feet, sit with the legs together, and bring both arms into that trap rhomboid position. Hold them up, seated tall. We know this exercise by now. We're going to lower and lift between sets. Inhale, lift, exhale, twist. 2, 3, 4. Imagine my hands behind your shoulder blades. I want you to lean back into my hands. You got to lean back a little ways. And exhale, twist. 2, 3, 4. Notice if the pelvis is rounding under. Make sure you've purchased a stability ball that's appropriate to your height. Your thighs should be slightly, ever so slightly below your hips or the bony protrusions of your hips. So you don't want those thighs hiked up really high because you're on a super short stability ball. Pull the core in as you're working. Take that reset at the bottom to pull the pelvis down, pull the belly in, breathe laterally, twist from your rib cage, take your gaze a little higher than you think, higher than eye level. Constantly imagine hands on your shoulder blades so that you can lean back a little ways and engage new muscles. Working the upper back, we've got to combat that kyphosis. We'll be here for another 30 seconds. Actually, let's wrap it up with 2 more. Inhale, exhale and twist. 2, 3, 4, and lower. Inhale. And exhale and twist. 2, 3, 4, and lower. Let's make our way onto all fours now, setting the bands to the side, bringing our dominant arm into a cactus position like so. Puddle the heart down, pull the belly in, and twist away from that arm, opening up that shoulder. Each inhale, I'll turn my head back to center. I lengthen my torso, pulling the pelvis towards the wall behind me. Each exhale, I allow myself to sink into the stretch, allowing that shoulder top to stretch out, the pec minor, the anterior delt. Breathe into that. Excellent work. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale, release into it. And 1 more. Inhale. And exhale, pass the ball to the other side. Bring that arm into cactus. 4 breaths here on the non-dominant side. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Final breath. Inhale 4. And exhale 4. Great work. Moving into our lower body series, I'd like you to lie on your back and place your feet on the ball, internally rotating the legs from the top of the hip socket. So it's going to look like you're pigeon-toed. Make sure you don't put your feet up there and then turn your feet in from the ankles. I want you to think about inversion of the legs so that the knees knock together. Keep the knees together. Ball should be rather close to your booty. Hands are heavy on the floor. From here, we're going to send the hips up, picking the pelvis up in one piece. Inhale, lift it up. Hold it up. Exhale the air out. Stay up. Inhale, try to not move that ball. Stabilize it. And exhale, tap the pelvis back down. Inhale, pick it up immediately. Hold it up. Exhale the air out. Inhale. And exhale, tap it back down. Inhale, pick it up. Hold it up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, tap it down. Last time, take it up. Hold it up. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale, 2. Tap it down. Drape your calves over the ball. Breathing here. Inhale. Got to get some water. Feel free to get water as you need it. Exhale, circle the feet in. 2, 3, 4. And please circle them in towards the center line of your body. Again, inhale. Exhale, circle the feet in. 2, 3, 4. Nice. Inhale. Exhale, circle the feet in. 2, 3, 4. One more. Inhale. And exhale, circle them in. 2, 3, 4. From here, we're going to do a different variation. I would like you to bring your legs together now, parallel. If you have any knee issues, you can place the little anti-burst ball between the knees and do this exercise with your feet hip distance apart. It's probably going to feel better on your knees. If you have no knee issues, feel free to do this exercise with the feet together, legs together. But we're now parallel, so the legs are parallel in the hip sockets, hands heavy at your side. Still picking the pelvis up in one piece to recruit the hip flexors. Inhale it up, hold it up. Exhale the air out. Keep it up. Inhale, neutral pelvis, somewhere between arching and rounding. And exhale, tap that pelvis down to the floor. Inhale, lift it back up, hold it up. Exhale that air out. Inhale. And exhale. Lowering down. Again, pick it up, hold it up. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Tap it down. One more time here. Inhale, lift it up, hold it up. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. And inhale. So lowering down slowly. Drape your calves over the ball. Again, close the eyes. I want you to connect with your TVA. And what is your TVA? Your TVA is the deepest layer of your core, your transverse abdominis. Bring one hand to the belly and one hand to your rib cage. Inhale laterally into your rib cage like you're trying to fill up your side body. Pull the belly in towards the spine like you're putting on a tight pair of jeans. Lift up on those muscles internally. No movement of the body. The muscles that stop your stream of pee. You should be holding your breath right now. Exhale the air out of the mouth, keeping the belly in and keeping that tug up on the lower pelvic floor. Exhale it out. You have to find these muscles. So pull the belly in, inhale laterally, rib cage, upper back fill up. Lift up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. Fog a mirror with the Darth Vader. And one more time. Belly in, inhale laterally. Lift up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee and fog a mirror. Bring the feet back onto the ball. One more set. Pick the pelvis up in one piece. Hold it up. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale, tap the pelvis down. Inhale, pick it up immediately. Try to not rock on that ball. Hands heavy at your side. Shoulders down the back. Chin lifted. Tap the tailbone down. Inhale, pick it up. Hold it up. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale and exhale. Tap it down. Inhale, pick it up. Hold it up. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale and exhale, tap it down. Let's make our way up to stand. I would like you to grab your second to lightest loop band in the YouniquelyFit kit. This is our green loop band. Place that green loop band around the arches of your feet. Now, I am not going to use this loop band because it is not good for my posture since I don't have sway back posture. So I'm going to kick it off. You're going to keep it on. Now, from here, it may end up going around the ankle of the leg that's lifting, but having it pinned under the arch of the standing foot usually is better. So we're going to lift your dominant leg up first, pointing the toes at the top, holding that thigh up. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, neutralize that pelvis. Inhale 2, exhale 2. You should have that second to lightest loop band on, the green band. Lower that leg down. Repeat 2 more sets. Inhale, lift it up, hold it up. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Lower it down. Again, point the toes. Sit up tall. Pelvis pulls down as you lift the thigh up. Inhale 1, breathe. Inner thighs pull back. Exhale 1. Inhale, thigh lifts a little higher. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. And lower that leg down. Let's switch sides. We'll do some extra repetitions on our non-dominant side. It's always great to balance the body this way. So lifting the non-dominant leg, and notice that my hands, I have them behind my head, resting into a hammock. Imagine they're resting back so that the neck flexors lift, the front of the neck is engaged, the back of the neck is soft, your shoulders are plugged down your back. You hear your breath. We've started now on the other side, taking the thigh up, holding it up. Inhale, 1, breathe. Exhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Exhale, lower it down. Again, inhale, pick it up, hold it up. Exhale the air out. Inhale. And exhale, lower it down. 3 more sets. Take it up, point the toes, sit up tall. Pull the belly in. Breathe laterally. Do that transverse abdominis breathing we learned down on the floor. So important. We've got to build up that transverse abdominis. The internal obliques and transverse abdominis are what's going to keep you upright and perfect your posture riding. One more time. Inhale, lift the thigh. Hold it up. Exhale that air out. Belly should be in. Keep the belly in. Breathe laterally. Keep lifting up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. And ocean breath. We're going to come up to stand. You can kick the loop band off that you've been using. Set it to the side, holding the stability ball overhead. I'd like you to cross one foot behind the other and side bend away. Side bend in the direction of your front leg. Bend your knees and drive your pelvis forward, opening up our hip flexors and our side body here. Hold it here. Inhale, 1, breathe. Exhale, 1. We're going to 6. Inhale, 2. Exhale, 2. If this is too intense, option to lift up on the inhale with the upper body, and exhale to side bend again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, side bend. 2 more, either isometrically holding or keeping it active. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. That's that active version, just holding. Inhale. And exhale. Wherever you are, inhale, lift. Let's switch the cross of the legs. So it's almost like a curtsy, except the back heel isn't popped up. The back heel is down. The legs are pretty parallel. Knees are bent. Pelvis is driving forward. Belly is pulled in. Let's begin together. Exhale to side bend. Inhale to lift back up. Feel what that feels like if you kept it isometrically held the whole time. Do the opposite of what you did on the other side, just to feel what that feels like. And then even your body out by revisiting the choice you made, the isometric hold or the movement. The belly is in. The gaze, very important where the head is. We don't want to strain the neck. Keep your chin lifted, your head centered between your shoulders, and your gaze, even when you're bending and lowering the body, it needs to stay a little higher than eye level. Follow a wall in front of you or a mirror. Give me 2 more. Using that breath. And go ahead and set the ball down. Great work. We're going to come over to the wall for some footwork, balance work, inner thigh work, as well as upper body strength work. So, what I would like you to do first is we're going to mount the ball as we would a horse, with our legs slightly behind us, kicking them back, kind of like a hamstring curl. Hold on to the wall for security's sake. And you're going to take the other hand behind your head. I want you to test your balance as you're working today. If you've gone through level 1, you're familiar with this exercise. So now it's about finding stability, really using that TVA. We're going to be doing pelvic extensions. What is a pelvic extension? Well, it's arching your low back, and it's initiating the arch of your low back by pulling your abs in to tip the pelvis down, not by using momentum, not by squeezing your thighs or your butt muscles. So pull the belly in and tip the pelvis back. It's very small. It's not big, so don't go for range of motion. We're squeezing in on those inner thighs, recruiting the adductors, which are so strong already from your riding. They're going to get even stronger, but let's initiate from the core to tip the pelvis back. Inhale it to neutral. Exhale, tip it back. Inhale it to neutral. Rest the head back into the outside hand. Exhale back. Inhale, neutral. Exhale back. And inhale, neutral. Let's come off of the ball and switch sides. So the other hand's on the wall and the other hand's behind the head. As you're working here, the footwork that we're incorporating is plantar flexion of the feet. There tends to be a lot of sickling is the word I was looking for. Sickling with sway back posture, and that's when your foot, you point your toes, but it's really the outer edge of the foot that's pointing more. Continue on this side. So we inhale, sitting upright. Exhale to drive the pelvis back from our low abs. Inhale, upright, and notice that I'm sitting upright because I'm squeezing the inner thighs and I'm engaging my core. My shoulders are plugged down. My head is resting back into my hand. My gaze is a little higher than eye level. Very challenging exercise. Make sure the toes are pointing. Plantar flexion. So every time I bring the ball into neutral pelvis and I inhale and pull the pelvis down, I point my toes even harder. I want you to work your big toes as much as your baby toes, recruiting the medial intrinsic muscles of the feet so that we can combat supination, which is rolling out, which is what we see with sway back posture. It could be subtle. It could be extreme. You could be bow-legged. You could just be a little favoring the IT band side lateral hamstring as opposed to your adductor chain. Now, the good news is if that's what you do, horseback riding is going to balance those legs quite a lot because the inner thighs are going to get strong. All right. So from here, let's make our way off the ball for a second. I know our inner thighs need a break. And we're going to grab our 3-pound weight. We're going to be doing this funny looking exercise for our upper back, traps, rhomboids, and the rotator cuff. The forearm lowers down so that you're in that trap rhomboid position we were working before in. And then the forearm lifts up. So almost like a He-Man, like you're trying to show off your bicep, but you're not squeezing your bicep. You're just keeping your shoulders plugged down, and you're keeping the elbow as high as the shoulder. Now, with the 3-pound weight, we're going to go at an extra slow tempo. I want to go down on an 8 count, so I lower, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I've mounted the horse again, or the stability ball for the day. Same position, inner thighs engaged by a wall for safety purposes. So I lower it down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take as many breaths as you need to during that time. Inhale, lift it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one on this side, down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lift it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go ahead and switch sides. Make sure those toes are pointed. You might have a little weight on the top of your feet with your legs behind you. Really point the big toes as much as the baby toes. Again, we want to combat that sickling. We want to combat that supination in the ankles and feet so that we stop working the IT band and lateral hamstrings and the outer calves so much. We don't want to overwork them. All right. Starting position, lower, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale to lift. 2. Super slow. Slow and painful, but what I'd like you to do as you're doing this and breathing, just think about riding and think about how much you love it and what you're doing this for. The goals you have. If you can keep reminding yourself of those goals, then this work doesn't seem so hard. This work seems necessary. So keep your eye on the prize, as they say, and think about the end goal and why you're doing this. Slow tempo. Let's do 3 together. So start with the weight up and we'll lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we'll lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be the last one. 7, 8. All right, let's make our way off the ball for a second. Before we do our frontal plane balance work, I want to give those inner thighs a break. We're going to foam roll our glute med. What is our glute med? It's our outer hip. Coming into a figure 4 stretch on the ground on the roller. Start with your dominant leg crossed over the non-dominant leg. Point the toes. Come down to the forearms. Bring them behind you and dig into that hip. We'll be here for a minute. Really dig in. And this can be super painful. Another option of this, stay here if you're here, is to grab a trigger ball. Lacrosse ball works, tennis ball, and you can pin that. That's going to get even deeper into the fascia. So that's next level, I guess. But if you're really wanting to get in there, you can do that. And you can do that against the wall if getting to the floor for some reason is not great. You can stand and you can dig into the hip. The glute. So outer hip, flesh of the butt, that's the area we're getting into. Another 20 seconds here on our dominant side. We need extra time on this side. So breathe, little circular motions to dissipate those knots, stimulate the Golgi tendon organ, send oxygen to those muscles, increase range of motion, prevent injury. Go ahead and switch sides. Set up on the other side, crossing that ankle over the thigh, pointing the toes. Forearm comes down, shoulders plugged down, chin lifted. Use your breath. Inhale and exhale. Keep that going. Inhale and exhale, digging into the fascia, using the low abs, initiating any movement from the lift of the pelvic floor, belly in like you have a tight pair of jeans on. So when we work together, no belly breathing, deep abdominal contractions, belly in, low abs lifting in and up, lateral breathing, breathing into the side body. The only time you'll hear me cue you to belly breathe is when I want you to relax your nervous system and have kind of a break from this work we're doing here. A couple more seconds. We're going to make our way back up to standing. If you found the work by the wall very easy and you didn't need your hand on the wall, then you can do this center. If that was not the case, come back to the wall just for safety purposes. So center or by the wall. We're going to practice shifting from one side to the other. So still mounting the ball as we did before, legs behind us, pointed toes, squeezing in with the inner thigh. Shift towards your dominant foot. So the top of that foot's on the floor and the other foot lifts up just an inch. Hold it here. Inhale 1. Breathe. Fight for the balance. Exhale 1. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Inhale, gaze is up, eye level. Exhale, front ribs are reaching for the back ribs. Shift to the other side. Find it. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Point those toes. Exhale 3. Shift back to the first side. Last time on this side. Inhale 1. Pelvis pulls down. Exhale. Low belly pulls in and up. Inhale. Plug the shoulders down. Exhale. Find that gaze a little higher than eye level. Inhale. Exhale, shifting to the second side. Final time. You can do this. Inhale, prepare. Pull the pelvis down. Exhale, low belly pulls in and up. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Inhale, imagine my hands on your shoulder blades. Bring your front ribs towards my hands on your shoulder blades. Close them. Engage the upper back. Great work. We're moving into our squat series and balance work in the transverse plane for injury prevention and sports enhancement for your horseback riding. So what I'd like you to do is we're going to tie the second to lightest band, the red Theraband in the YouniquelyFit kit, a quarter of the way into our foam roller. Now, if you don't have a foam roller, you can stand on the end of the band. You can do this on the floor. If you're scared of the foam roller standing on it, then do this on the floor, standing on the end of the band. Stand by a wall, bar, or counter, whatever version you're doing. And let's also wear ToeSox if we have access to them, because that will decrease the risk of falling. So as you come up, make sure you don't have slippery socks on. I'd rather you do it barefoot or with ToeSox. You're going to stand with your feet hip distance apart, and I want you to start with your dominant leg farthest away from the wall. You'll load. It'll probably mean your non-dominant hand is loaded because we work in opposition. So if you're right-handed, your left leg is your dominant leg. If you're left-handed, your right leg is your dominant leg. So keep that in mind. Only exception is scoliosis. And if you have scoliosis, it's the same side. So you're right-handed, your right leg is dominant. You're left-handed, your left leg is dominant. Now, this is a lot of information, but just know that if you start on the dominant side, the muscle memory will translate to the non-dominant side, which is why I like to always begin on our dominant side. Coming into our figure 4 piriformis stretch with shoulder, with scaption, arm scaption with this second to lightest Theraband, the red Theraband in our kit. Holding the arm out, sitting back into that, wrapping the toes around the roller, pulling the lower abdominals in and up. Hold it here, breathing in, exhaling the air out. Inhale in, and exhale that air out. You're doing great. Inhale, and exhale, and come on up, putting the foot back down. We'll do one more set. Crossing the ankle over when you're ready, just like when we were foam rolling the glute med before. Proud chest, low abs firm, hinging back into that figure 4 squat position. Arm is in scaption, single arm scaption. Hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, you're doing great. Exhale 2, hang in there. Use the feet. The foot that's down, wrap it around that roller. Slowly uncross the legs, soften the knees, and step off. Let's switch sides. Setting up on our second side. Once you've gotten up safely, you're going to cross that inside leg, foot over the outside leg's thigh, point the toes, take the hand right by your hip, bring it to scaption as you sit back. As you sit back, pull those low abs in, tip the tailbone back, find some lumbar extension. So that's a little arch in the low back. Please don't round your low back here. Imagine my hands on your shoulder blades. Try to bring the front ribs towards my hands. Find that upper back. Chin lifted, gaze higher than eye level. Next, inhale, stand up, uncross your top leg, set it down for a second. You can do some shoulder rolls if you need to, if the arm is tired. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take that figure 4. Inhale, prepare, pulling the pelvis towards the roller. Exhale, let those inner thighs pull you back into your piriformis yoga pose. Hold. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, arm in scaption, palm facing in towards the chest. Wrist is slightly below the shoulder. Elbow is soft. You're not locking out in the joints. If the knee's feeling pressure, pull your abs in more. Use the foot that's standing on the roller, wrap it around it. On your next inhale, stand up, uncross, bend the knees, and slowly step off of your roller. Now for our step to balance, we're going to use this second to lightest band that's tied a quarter of the way into our roller. And we're going to start facing the wall for our transverse plane turn. You also need your second to lightest loop band around your ankles. This is our green loop band. You're going to put it around your ankles. It'll look like this. Now, I do not have sway back posture, so I'm taking it off because it's not good for my posture, but this is excellent for your posture, so please keep it on. So we're going to start with our dominant leg closest to the roller facing the wall. We've wrapped the end of the Theraband that's attached to the roller around the same hand as on the side of that dominant leg that's closest to the roller. This way, when we step up onto that leg, we can bring the other leg into knee flexion. Looks like this. Soft bend in the supporting knee. Make sure you are holding onto a wall, bar, or counter. Inhale to step up. The arm's going to go into a shoulder press, palm facing in. Hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Point the toes if you can without losing the loop band. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, slowly coming off of the roller. And we'll repeat. Same side, shoulder press, knee flexion. Watch out that the leg, go ahead and step on up. Be careful. Hold it. And you can always test that balance by removing the arm on the wall, bar, or counter. If you have that balance, please don't do it if you're feeling wobbly. Pull the abs in, soften the sternum in towards the back body. On your next exhale, slowly step down, and we'll make our way to the other side. Now, with your dominant leg as your standing leg, if you felt like you were going to fall or it felt really challenging, I'd encourage you to do it on the floor. You may not be ready to be stepping up onto your non-dominant leg on a stability device. Otherwise, most likely, horseback riders are fit. It is a sport. So I'm going to trust that you know your body and you can do this. And if you can't today, that is all right as well. Honor your body and let's all begin. So I am going to show you the variation on the floor just in case you're not doing the one on the roller. I'll also go back to the roller mid exercise for the second set for those of you on it. But we're facing, regardless, I'll stand near the roller so you see we're facing it. And if I'm not stepping up onto the roller, I'll step up onto the band and I'll bring that leg to knee flexion and the arm to shoulder flexion. If you're on the roller, make sure you inhale as you step up, point the toes, hold, inhale 1, breathe, exhale 1, be safe, soft bend in the supporting knee, tip the pelvis back, initiating from the lower pelvic floor, pulling in the belly like you're putting on a tight pair of jeans. Continue to imagine my hands on your shoulder blades. Keep reaching the breastbone, front ribs for my hands. Closing off the rib cage to engage the upper back muscles to keep you upright. Slowly come down off the roller or turn back to face the wall, bar or counter you're at. And let's take our final quarter turn in the transverse plane to balance. Find it. Inhale 1, breathe. Feel your pelvis pulling down towards the roller or the floor. Exhale 1, pointed toes. Inhale 2, gaze is always higher than eye level. Don't throw that chin to the chest. That strains the back of the neck. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale, coming down. We're going to foam roll our IT band. Start with your dominant leg. Outer thigh, don't roll the knee. Go all the way up to the flesh of the butt cheek, all the way down the thigh. Pausing when you feel tight spots. The arm that's on top can go behind your head, can go on your hip, can go at the side on the leg. Try to not drop it forward if you can tolerate it, because that causes your shoulders to round forward. It brings your head forward. And these are postures we don't want to reinforce because they're not going to look good on the horse. So even when we're stretching, we're mindful of our body position. Our belly is in, our collarbone is wide, chin is lifted. You're doing great work. Hang in there. I know how intense foam rolling the IT band is for sway back posture. It is very intense. It's like my hip flexors with my lordosis posture. This is one of the tightest areas, that outer hip and outer thigh. So I understand your pain. Hang in there. Breathe through it. Use that top hand to rest the head back into, or place it on the hip, lifting the chin, engaging the front of the neck. On your next exhale, slowly make your way to the other side, rolling out your non-dominant legs IT band. Get in there. Use your breath. You're nearing the finish line with your workout today. You've done great work. I want you to hang in there. This is the type of training you need, the specificity for your particular skeletal structure and for horseback riding, the stability work, the posture work. I hope you'll move your way through the program and send me pictures of your performance and videos. I love getting them. I really enjoy seeing the transformation, especially for sports, because it's so exciting. All right. Give me 15 more seconds. If you want to go back to the dominant side, go back, dig in. Got about a little over 15 seconds. Utilize it in the best way you see fit, dominant side or non-dominant side. I'm going to count you down. 5. Keep digging in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work. Final series of our workout together today. So what I'd like you to do from here, we are going to do some reverse lunges, and you're going to put your second to heaviest loop band around your outer thighs to help with your knee traction. That's your purple loop band in the YouniquelyFit kit. And then we are going to hold our 3-pound weight. Now, I'd like you to do this in the center because most likely you've done level 1. If you haven't, you may want to do it by a wall if your stability isn't great, but I'm guessing you can handle this in the center. Hold the weight in your non-dominant hand first and bring your other shin, so watch me, bring your shin onto the ball. So the weighted arm is your front leg, same side as your front leg, And we're going to slide that ball back, bringing our arms into scaption, holding at the bottom of our reverse lunge. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. And bring the ball back in by bending the knee. Arms come back down by your side. So the other arm can either go to the hip or do the scaption exercise as well. I like to do the same thing with both arms. And the loaded arm just is building a little more strength, but we're working the internal obliques because of the stability devices and the difference in one arm being weighted and not. Go ahead and slide that back. Hold it back. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale, bring it in. 2 more sets. Take it out. Hold it out. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Bring it in. Last time. Take it out. Hold it out. Make sure the bone of the big toe is pressing into the floor. Your chin is up. Your gaze is higher than eye level. Bring it in and switch sides. So switching sides, setting up, beginning on your exhale. Take it back and hold it back. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale, bring it in. Take it back out. Hold it out. Plug the shoulders down. Keep your gaze up higher than eye level. Chin lifted. Imagine my hands on your shoulder blades. Bring it in. Take it back out on your next exhale. Bring the sternum, the breastbone, the front ribs to my hands on your shoulder blades. Pull the belly in towards the spine, breathing laterally. Bring the leg in. Exhale it out. Hold it out. Inhale 1, breathe. Arms are in scaption. Exhale 1, don't let the wrist fall below the shoulders. Micro bend in the elbows so that we're not locking out into the joints. Low belly in. Bone of the big toe heavy. Bring it in. Last time. Exhale it out. Hold it out. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. You're doing great. Inhale 2. Exhale 2 and inhale it back in. Final step to balance. I need you to grab your second to lightest loop band. This is our green band in the YouniquelyFit kit. Placing it around your ankles like so. Looks like this. I do not have your posture, so I'm taking it off. It's bad for my posture, but please keep it on. From here, tie your second to lightest loop band, our red Theraband. You're going to tie it 1/4 of the way into your roller. You may already have it tied if you've been taking the entire class. Wrap it around your knuckles. We're going to step forward to balance, bringing our inside leg into knee flexion and opening it out to side knee flexion. Looks like this. Start with your dominant leg stepping up farthest away from the wall. So dominant leg is farthest away from the wall. You'll wrap the Theraband around the same hand as that side. So that'll be your stability side. And then you'll take the leg to knee flexion and open it out to side knee flexion. Point the toes if you don't lose the band here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Go ahead and slowly step in front of the roller, stepping backwards up onto the roller to balance. If this feels too precarious, you can always do it on the floor, stepping onto the band on the floor instead. But give it a go. I challenge you to use those low abs. Step on up. Bring the leg to knee flexion. Open it out to side knee flexion. Chin up. Gaze a little higher than eye level. Belly in. Neutral pelvis between arching and rounding. Soft bend in the supporting knee. Wrap the toes around the roller. Go ahead and switch sides. Set up on the second side. Now, if you struggled with this past side, I'd do this on the floor just because this is your non-dominant leg and you're going to have less stability on this side. Bring the other leg up to knee flexion, arm to shoulder flexion, palm facing in, shoulders plugged down, hold, side knee flexion, point the toes, inhale 1, breathe, exhale 1, tip the tailbone back, inhale 2, exhale 2, low belly tight, soft bend in the supporting knee, inhale 3, exhale 3, let's go ahead and step in front of the roller. Here's the doozy. Now, if you use your breath, it'll be a piece of cake. Make sure the foot's parallel that you're stepping onto. Inhale as you step up. Pull the abs in. Take shoulder flexion. Knee flexion to side knee flexion. Here we are. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Stay with it. Exhale 3, slowly coming off of your roller. Set your loop band to the side, the green loop band you were wearing. And from here, we're going to grab our stability ball, pushing it into the wall about chest height, facing the wall, hands chest height, and we're going to step our dominant leg back, internally rotating the leg in the hip socket once we get it back, getting into our outer calves, driving the pelvis forward, keeping our gaze up higher than eye level so that we don't strain the neck. Plug the shoulders down, pull the belly in. Let's use that breath here. Keep driving the pelvis forward, deepening into your posture. Just a couple more stretches and you'll be on your way. Hear that breath. Another 20 seconds here. Really internally rotate that leg in the hip socket. Let that pelvis go forward. You're in a lunge. Your front knee should be bent at a right angle. If you feel pressure on the knee, pull your abs in more. Press into the bone of your big toe. See if you still feel it after that. Is your belly in? Are you tugging up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee? Is your gaze up a little higher than eye level? Go ahead and switch sides. Inhale to step forward carefully. And taking it to the other side. Start with the leg parallel, then invert it from the top of the hip socket. Drive that pelvis forward, pull the low belly in. Let's breathe together. 6 full inhales and exhales. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Close your eyes. Inhale 2, soften the gaze with inside yourself, so relax the eyes and the sockets. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, soften the jaw, soften the forehead. Sigh out those exhales. Inhale laterally into the upper back and side body. Belly is pulled in tight. Exhale. One more breath together. Inhale. Brace the abs and exhale to step forward. We're now going to come to sit on the stability ball in a supported lunge for a psoas release. We did so much work on strengthening those hip flexors. That's going to be a game changer in your horseback riding. So let's take our dominant leg back first, stretching out that quadricep and hip flexor. Bring our outside arm into shoulder flexion. Plug the shoulder down, palm facing in towards the wall. You can side bend towards the wall. Hold it here. 6 breaths. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, low belly pulls in and up. Inhale and exhale. 3 more breaths. Try to straighten that back leg, deepening the stretch in the quadricep. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Is that low belly firm? Inhale. Is your front foot grounded? Front foot should be grounded. Make sure the back foot, the whole foot isn't down, just the metatarsals, the heels popped. And 1 more breath. Use your next exhale to turn around, taking it to the second side for our final stretch today. Holding it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Belly in. Inhale laterally. Lift up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. Fog a mirror. Inhale, belly in. Tug up on those muscles. Darth Vader breath. 2 more breaths together. Inhale. Belly in. Hold it in. Stay lifted through your pelvic floor. Sounds like the ocean. And 1 final breath together. Inhale. And exhale. Let's come to sit on our ball. You can be by a wall if your balance is challenged. Close your eyes. Bring your hands to your thighs, palms facing up. Bring your thumbs and pointer fingers together, root chakra mudra. Feel your pelvis grounding down into the ball. Put yourself on your horse. Close your eyes. And I just want you to relax. I want you to use your senses to put yourself on your horse right now with this good posture you've just maintained. See it. Hear the praise you get from how good you look. Let's be honest. We all want to look our best and do our best. Smell the environment. Use all your senses. Keep the eyes closed. Stay centered. Stay connected to that TVA, transverse abdominis contraction. Belly in, lateral breathing, lifting up on the low pelvic floor. Now let all that go. Flutter the eyes open. Great job.